We are going to be checking out all the brand new classes on Dead Rails. Let's get right into this. So in this update, I believe they added a total of 6 new classes. So they added the High Roller class right here, the Survivalist, the Vampire, the Miner, the Conductor, the Cowboy, and also the Zombie. So we're going to be checking out all of them. So first off, let's start off with the High Roller class. So this class costs 50 bonds, and it allows us to sell items for twice as much. So this class is actually super simple. Basically, any items that you sell, you get twice as much value. So this gold bar right here is usually worth 50, but we should get 100. And there we go. So it says 50, but whenever you collect it, it gives you 100. So here we go. We have some Game Pass guns. Let's see if we can sell them. And oh, they actually made it so we can't sell them no more. Whoa, that kind of stinks. But basically, as you saw right there, all items sell for twice as much. So instead of $50, we got 100, which is actually pretty nice because $100 right at the beginning can get us quite a few guns. But there is one downside, and that is we're actually 10 times more likely to get struck by lightning. So if a lightning storm happens, then you better watch out, because you will most likely get struck. But that class is pretty plain. So let's go move on to some of the cooler classes. So we have the Survivalist class right here that costs 75 bonds. And for this class, the more injured we are, the more damage we do. So the lower we are on health, the more damage we'll do to like zombies, vampires, and werewolves, which could actually be pretty crazy. We're now in the game, so let's go and try this out. So let's go and grab our guns. And it said that we start off with a shovel and a crucifix, but it did give us a tomahawk. So I'm not too sure which one it's supposed to be. But anyway, here's a pack of wolves right here. So let's go and test out on them, which there's actually too many. I don't want to die instantly. So let's make it so it's only 2. So anyway, let's see how many hits it takes to kill one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it takes 5 hits. Let's go and take some damage, and let's make sure we take quite a bit, and then we'll see how much it takes. So there we go. So 1 and 4. So it took 4 hits to kill him. So I mean, that didn't increase our damage by too much. I mean, maybe it's more powerful with a gun. Like, let's go and try it out on these people. And alright, I mean, that almost killed him. Let's try a headshot. And alright, headshot does insta kill, which I'm pretty sure usually takes like 3 or so shots to kill him with the monster gun. So the fact that 1 hit almost kills him is actually pretty good. So anyway, there we go. We took a little bit more damage. Let's go and try on this dude. So we're now like on the brink of dying. Let's go and get a body shot. And no, that still didn't finish him off. So it looks like even if you are on the brink of health, the monster gun still isn't gonna one-shot him for a body shot. It does insta kill him for a headshot, but for a body shot, it doesn't. But I mean, that's still pretty good. I wouldn't really recommend doing it with a melee weapon, but for a gun, the lower amount of health actually might be pretty nice, especially if you have a rifle and you're fighting bandits, because I believe a rifle like 2 shots bandits for body shots, but probably 1 shot them for a body shot if you're like half health. So that could be pretty helpful. But anyway, let's just move on to the next class. Also, unlike the High Roller class, the Survivalist class actually has no downsides. I guess the only downside is that you have to like take damage for it to work. Unlike the High Roller class, that makes it 10 times more likely for you to get struck by lightning. Anyway, let's go move on to the Vampire class. So this increases your movement speed and melee damage, but you take significant damage in direct sunlight. So this costs 75 bonds, so let's go and buy it. We're now in the game, and we actually spawned in with a vampire blade. So that's pretty cool because this does actually have lifesteal. But I mean, let's go and grab our money, and not gonna lie, I do feel much faster. It feels like I'm sprinting right now, even though I'm not. So far this class is feeling pretty nice. But anyway, we do need to watch for our health, because if you look at the top right of our screen, our health is already halfway. So we do have to be aware of that. Anyway, we should be safe right here since we do have a covering over our head. But once again, in direct sunlight, we do take quite a bit of damage. But a way to counter that is that we actually spawn in with a vampire knife. And the vampire knife does actually have lifesteal, so that should provide us with some health. Anyway, let's go and stop right here. Let's run over there as quickly as possible, just because we are starting to take damage. Also, we do increased melee damage. So let's get and start stabbing them right here. And there we go. We killed 1. Let's get and start stabbing the others. And as we can see, our health is going up right now, just since this does have lifesteal. And there we go. All right, let's quickly kill this dude. And this vampire knife is actually so good. And a golden statue. All right, let's go and grab that. This place actually had quite a bit of stuff. Yeah, the lifesteal on this vampire knife is actually so nice. Just because we like barely have to worry about taking damage, we do still probably want some guns, especially for bandits, because I don't think we'll be able to run up to the bandits in time before they kill us to do enough damage and get the lifesteal effect. Anyway, we're now at the town, so let's see if we can wipe out this entire place just with our vampire dagger. And it actually has quite a bit of range, so you can kind of back up as well. There is this dude. Looks like we still aren't able to outrun him with our speed, but it does kind of stun him a bit. But for this dude, it actually has quite a bit of range, so we can like stab him all the way back here, before he can even hit us, and we just get the lifesteal effect. We do have to make sure that we are constantly killing zombies though, because we are still taking damage from the sunlight. I mean, we can get inside a building, so we can get inside this building right here if we need to heal up, but once we're outside, if it's not nighttime, we are gonna be taking a lot of damage, but once it does turn nighttime, we shouldn't take any. And there we go, it just turned nighttime, so now we should no longer be taking any damage in the daylight, just because there is no daylight for us to take damage from. Anyway, there is one more thing that I want to test, and I just want to see if the crucifix does damage to us. So here it is right here. Let's see, and oh, okay, well, there we go, just killed all of them. Yeah, so it looks like the crucifix doesn't do any damage to us, which is good, just since we are vampires. But anyway, this class is actually really good, and I'll probably use it myself, just because as we can see right there, we were wiping out the entire town during daytime with just our vampire dagger. So this is probably gonna be one of my favorite classes. I actually might use it instead of the ironclad class. But anyway, let's take a chill pill and let's try out the conductor class. So this class costs 50 bonds, and it drives the train at a faster speed, but we only spawn in with half as much health. And we also don't spawn in with a melee weapon, and instead we spawn in with 2 pieces of coal. So basically you only want to be using this class if you want like a super hard challenge, or if you're playing with a group, because this class would be good if you're playing with a group, because then you can have like a designated train driver that drives the train at a faster speed. But anyway, here we go. So we spawn in with 2 pieces of coal, so let's go and toss it in, and let's just see how fast we go. So previously the train would drive at about 65 miles per hour, but now look at that. So previously it would be right there where my cursor is at about 65 miles per hour, but now it goes up to 80. So that's actually pretty good. It should also make it easier to outrun bandits now. So like those bandits right there, we should now be able to outrun them a lot easier, just since we are going much faster. But overall, I wouldn't really use this class over the other classes, and I would only use this class if I was with a group of people. If I was playing this game solo, then I probably wouldn't use this class, just because you spawn with no melee weapon, meaning that's gonna be hard to get like fuel and money, and you only have half as much HP, so that means you're gonna die very quickly. But anyway, here's the town right here, so let's just go and stop here and see how quickly we die, and let's see, and look at that, 2 hits and we're already dead because we barely have any health. So yeah, this class is definitely not good to run solo. Anyway, let's jump back over here, and now let's check out the miner class. So this class spawns with coal and also a headlamp that always provides light to an area. So it's spawned with a mining helmet, 2 pieces of coal, and a pickaxe, and it only costs 15 bonds. So that's actually pretty cheap. We're now in the game, so let's go and check it out. So here are the 2 pieces of coal we spawn with. So it looks like it's kind of like the conductor class where we spawn with 2 pieces of coal already, but we also spawn with a mining helmet, which I think is already on our head, so it should come in handy during nighttime. We now made it to the town at 7.5 thousand meters, and it's almost nighttime, so we should be able to test out this mining helmet pretty soon. And I mean, this class did only cost 15 bonds, so I wouldn't really care too much if it doesn't work out too well, because 15 bonds is pretty easy to get. Anyway, with the Molder gun, it does take 3 hits to kill him, so we can just use that to compare to the Survivalist class that we had earlier. Anyway, there we go. So now nighttime, and we have like this little aura of light around us. So I mean, I guess it's pretty nice. It's nothing like life-changing, like we would probably be fine without it, but it does make it easier to loot towns during nighttime, just because it allows you to like see what's inside the houses a lot easier. Like usually we wouldn't really be able to see what's inside them too well, just because it would be too dark, but I mean the little ring and light is like kind of helpful, but overall not too crazy. Anyway, the next class is the Cowboy class right here. So this one you actually spawn in with a revolver and 2 things of revolver ammo, a shovel, and a already tamed horse with a saddle on it. So this costs 35 bonds, so let's go and grab it and let's equip it. So it basically makes you into one of the bandits because you spawn in with a horse and revolver, so that could be pretty helpful. Anyway, here's our items right here, so let's go and crack it open, and there's our horse. So we spawn in with our revolver and our 2 things of revolver ammo, and now we have a horse, so we could just like ride on it if we want to, or we could just toss it on our train. Not gonna lie, I don't really see the point of this class too much, because instead of getting this class where you spawn with a horse and revolver, what you could do is you could get the first class that I showed off, where you sell things for twice as much, and you could just sell the gold bar, get a quick $100, and then you could buy a piece of coal and then also a gun from the gun store over here, because that would actually be enough money for us to get 1 piece of coal, a rifle, and also a thing of rifle ammo if we use the class where we sell things for twice as much. So I would probably rather do that than this class. because a revolver isn't too good, and not gonna lie, I don't really use horses too often, so it wouldn't really be that helpful. But anyway, let's just move on to the next class, which is the zombie class. So this allows you to eat dead bodies to replenish health, but we can no longer use bandages or snake oil. So this costs 75 bonds, so let's go and equip it. So this class sounds pretty good, like we can eat zombies and like other dead bodies to replenish health, but the fact that we can't use snake oil could be pretty annoying, because I could live without using bandages, but snake oil is like so good because it gives you a little speed boost, and it like regenerates your health so fast that it pretty much makes you invincible, and the fact that we can no longer use it is gonna make this pretty difficult. So here we go, we found a new place right here. So first off, let's go and take some damage, and there we go. Now let's go and kill him, and now we can just eat him. So let's hold it down, and that regenerated our health a little bit. Not gonna lie, I thought we would gain a lot more health back from that, but that actually barely gave us any health. So there we go, we killed 2 more, so let's go and eat this one as well, and see, it gives us a little bit of health, but not too much. Yeah, I thought we would have definitely got a lot more from that. I mean, it could be pretty helpful in towns where there's like tons of zombies, but for regular buildings like this, it just doesn't heal you enough, because we took like 4 or 5 hits and we killed 3 zombies, and it didn't heal us back up to full health. I thought it would like heal us as much as a bandage, but it looks like it doesn't. So see, there's this zombie right here. So let's go and eat this one as well, and see, look at that, it just like heals us a little bit. I probably wouldn't really recommend this class, just because instead of like eating these zombies and stuff, you could probably just grab stuff and sell it, and then you could buy a thing of snake oil, and that would heal you a lot more than eating zombies. Because the thing with healing, you usually need to like heal pretty quickly, because you're like about to die and you're like still finding some bandage or something, so you drink a thing of snake oil to quickly heal. But you can't do that just by eating zombies, because you'll need like a constant pile of them around you for it to be good. So overall, I wouldn't say this class is too good. But anyway, that is every single new class on Dead Rows though. The High Roller class, Survivalist, Vampire, Conductor, Miner, Cowboy, and Zombie. So that's gonna be all for this video though, so make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you all in the next video.